Rain poured over downtown Chicago like a movie scene gone wrong.
Maya ran barefoot through the crowded street, clutching her small bag of groceries, her heart pounding.
"Stop!
Thief!" she shouted, her voice echoing between tall glass buildings. A man had snatched an old woman's purse just seconds ago.
Maya didn't know the woman. She didn't even have enough money for herself, but she ran anyway. Because that's just who she was.
Her sneakers splashed through puddles as she chased the thief into an alley. He darted left-right, then suddenly grabbed a man in a suit coming out of a black car. Before Maya could stop, the thief twisted and shoved the man's wrist into hers. Click.
A pair of steel handcuffs locked tight around their wrists.
"What the?" the man shouted.
He was tall, sharply dressed, and definitely not used to chaos. Maya stared, panting. "Oh no, no, no. This can't be happening."
The thief smirked.
"You two look cute together," he said, and disappeared into the rain.
"Who are you?" the man snapped, tugging at the handcuffs.
"I was just helping someone." Maya shot back. "Do you think I wanted this?" He groaned, pulling out his phone. "I'm calling security."
But his phone slipped from his hand and fell into a puddle.
"Dead." "Perfect," Maya muttered.
The man looked around, frustrated.
"Great.
I have a board meeting in 20 minutes, and I'm handcuffed to a street girl."
That stung. Maya's jaw tightened.
"Well, Mr. Board Meeting, I have to get back to my job before they dock my pay, so we're both losing today." They stared at each other, soaked, miserable, and completely stuck.
After failing to find anyone who could cut the cuffs, they ended up in a taxi together. He finally said, "Ethan Reed." She raised an eyebrow. "The Ethan Reed? As in Reed Enterprises?" He nodded. "CEO." Maya sighed. "Figures."
He looked at her curiously.
"And you?" "Maya Brooks."
Part-time waitress, part-time dreamer, full-time disaster apparently. For the first time, Ethan smiled.
A small, reluctant one.
"You chased a thief for a stranger."
"Not many people do that." Maya shrugged. "Someone has to care. Even if it's not their problem." Something about that stayed with him. Hours passed. The locksmith was delayed.
They ended up walking through the city, connected, literally. She took him to her world, a small coffee shop where she worked, where everyone greeted her warmly. He saw how she smiled at the tired barista, helped an old man carry his cup, and left her own tip jar money for a homeless woman. He watched, silent, realizing he couldn't remember the last time he did something that's simple and good. At one point, Maya looked at him and said, "You look like someone who forgot what real life feels like."
Ethan blinked. "What makes you say that?"
"Your suit's perfect, your watch probably costs more than my rent, but your eyes, they look tired." For a moment, the city noise faded.
He didn't have a comeback. She was right. By evening, they found someone who could finally cut the handcuffs. When the metal snapped open, Maya flexed her wrist.
"Freedom," she said with a grin.
Ethan hesitated, rubbing his own wrist. "Guess this is goodbye, then."
"Guess so," she said softly.
He pulled out his wallet, instinctively. "At least let me pay you for the trouble."
Her eyes flashed.
"You think I did this for money? Keep your cash, Mr. CEO." And just like that, she turned and walked away.
For the first time in years, Ethan felt something he hadn't felt in a long time: guilt.
And maybe, longing. 3 weeks later, a major story hit the news. Reed Enterprises launches Second Chance Initiative, Jobs for the Underprivileged.
The media called it a sudden act of compassion from the famously cold CEO.
But only Ethan knew why.
He'd gone back to the coffee shop, but Maya was gone. The manager said she'd left to care for her sick mother out of town.
He left a note with his card. "For the girl who reminded me what humanity looks like. Ethan." Months later, Maya walked into a bright new office.
She'd been offered a role through the Second Chance program, a community coordinator position.
When she entered the boardroom, Ethan was there. He stood, smiling shyly. "I was hoping you'd apply." Maya blinked. "You started this, because of me?" "Because of what you taught me," he said. "That kindness isn't weakness. It's strength." Her eyes softened. "You're late for your meeting again, Mr. CEO." He chuckled. "Only if you're not handcuffed to me this time." Epilogue. Maya stayed with the company not for the salary, but for the mission. Ethan visited that same coffee shop often, not to flaunt his power, but to remember where he'd found his heart again. And whenever someone asked him why he changed, he'd smile and say, "Because once, I was handcuffed to kindness, and I never wanted to break free." Message: sometimes life locks you to the wrong person for all the right reasons.